Once upon a time, there was a little mouse and a robot, and the robot did not like the mouse, and the mouse did not like the robot. So they were always fighting. Mouse against robot, robot against mouse. And they would, whenever they could get the other one in trouble, they would. One day the robot decided to try and catch the mouse in a mousetrap. So he got a mousetrap, put some cheese in it, set the trap door, and waited for the mouse to come into the mousetrap. But the mouse was very clever. He saw that it was a trap. So he got a stick and poked the mousetrap until the door slammed shut, and he then poked the cheese through the wires and ate it. The robot was very angry because he had not caught the mouse. Now the mouse didn't like the robot, so when the robot was in the bathroom one day, because the little boy who lived there was taking a bath, the mouse crept up and pushed the robot into the water, and all his electronics went pss, 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 and stopped working. Then the mummy came in and saw the robot in the bath, and she was very cross with the little boy for putting it in the water. But the little boy said, "No, Mummy, I didn't. It was a little mouse who pushed it in the water." Mummy said, "We don't have mice in this house. You're a naughty boy," and she spanked his bottom. Well, the robot was really angry now. So, the next day, the robot went round to the mouse's house, and this time he had a bow and arrow to shoot the mouse with a bow and arrow, with the arrow from the bow. But the mouse was too clever for him. When the mouse came out, he was carrying in front of him a shield made in the shape of a target. So when the robot fired his arrow, the arrow stuck in the middle of the target, which looks like a champion shot. Then the mouse decided to annoy the robot again. So it thought, what can I do to annoy a robot? Because robot's batteries were better now. And then it realized it had a good idea. I know, he thought, maybe I could make it rev up its engine, and then my daddy will come, or the daddy of the house will come and tell off the robot for making so much noise. So the mouse turned the robot on and revved up the engines to make a really loud noise. And then they started to test the car.
No. Daddy.
Yes?
I
got lost, didn't I? Yes, the mouse. What happened now? The mouse was chasing the robot. Yes. So, as you know, robots need oil to work well, but the mouse had a good idea how to annoy the robot. He said to the robot, "Would you like me to oil your joints?" And the robot thought they were friends. So he said, Oh, that's very kind of you. Yes, please. So the mouse got some sticky glue, extra powerful glue, super strong glue, and put it in all the robot's joints, and then he could move. He was covered in in glue. So the robot could hardly move. It filled head and toe with glue. When the mummy came to him, she said, "What on earth happened?" And so the robot explained, and the little boy explained, but Mummy wasn't satisfied. She thought the mess must have come from the shelf, which it had, and she decided to give them both a punishment of over 1 hour in bed, starting from now. Then the robot wanted its revenge on the mouse. So it started to chase the mouse as fast as it could, but the mouse was very fast. Then the mouse ran into a mouse hole, but it was only a very, very small mouse hole, so the robot reached in his hand and grabbed the mouse round the neck and pulled him out. Right, you young thing, you little nipper. I'm going to have you for my breakfast. And just to make sure you don't run away, here's a kick. So the robot kicked the mouse. Well, the mouse, she yelled out in pain, "Ow!" And just then, one of his friends arrived and heard it again attacking the owl.
No, the mouse.
Oh, sorry, one of his friends arrived and started attacking the mouse. It was a owl. Well, the mouse managed to luckily fight off the owl
No, the robot.
and the robot and was fine.
There was no owl.
Oh yes, the mouse managed to, but you're right. The owl. Unfortunately, the mouse was a little bit too quick for the robot. Oh, where did I get to? What's the next line of the story? What was the last line of the story? What did I say? I've forgotten. The robot was chasing the mouse, wasn't it? And then the mouse ran up the clock, to the top of the clock. And the clock, which goes hickory dickory dock, went one dang, and it struck one. The clock struck one, the mouse came down, hickory dickory dock.
Daddy.
Then the mouse repairman came to the house, not the mouse, the clock repairman, and looked at it very carefully and said, "Oh, you know what I think? I think some real mice have been in here. We'll have to fumigate it for 20 days. So they put the 20-year-old, put the mouse, put the statue of the brave mouse up in the other town. And everybody said, that's the brave mouse who helped our building become what it is."
How?
I'm falling asleep now. So I think we'll stop the story there and go to sleep, shall we?
No.
I was asleep.